Greetings and welcome back to Empyrion. And as you can see, I am back on my little base on our first planet of, what was this place again? Where is it? Gagula! Okay, we're on Gagula. Okay, we're not gonna stay on Gagula though. This place sucks. Alright, I have some new toys. So I basically went around that world and grabbed stuff. I did some mining and things. You might notice I have a iron issue. Well, there's a reason I have an iron deficiency. I got kind of lucky with those ice golems too. I got enough zirconium ore to actually build some ingots, which could end up being useful. Now I have neodymium and I have sathium, but yeah, I actually have a lot more, sathium, a lot more. Neodymium, this is what I have. I'm probably okay for now. Okay, yeah, we were supposed to be attacked, weren't we? And he went down. All right, you know what? I'm not going to run over there because it's not really a high priority now, right? All right, so I got a couple of new toys that I want to work with. One of them is going to help me, hopefully, with my iron problem. So, see, I never touched that one, even though it's nearby. You know, I worked on this one to get some stuff, and I've also worked on other inner planets to get some stuff. I kind of left that one for a rainy day. Well, it kind of looks like it's going to rain today. Because, you know, the next thing I'm going to need is something a lot bigger. But let's deal with what I have right now. All right, so, yeah, I need... I got two things here. All right. I got two things all ready to go. So you're not going to be waiting for anything, right? All right, this is the one that I want out first. I went looking on the in the workshop for things that look kind of interesting. Originally, I was going to use the, where was it? The Ladybug. But the problem is the Ladybug hasn't really done well with updates. In other words, it hasn't been updated. So whenever you have a new alpha, they change certain aspects sometimes and the things have to be updated. I ran into that once when I went with the spire, the angel spire, is that the doors had been changed so they weren't airtight anymore. So it took me a long time to figure out what the problem was. That was the end of the previous playthrough. I built the big winding spire which couldn't hold oxygen, which was kind of annoying. But I decided I was going to go with this one, and I think it's probably going to do my job. So let's just spawn this. This is the Moly. Holy moly! Okay, it bounces around. Now, what is the purpose of this? I'm going to ask you, what do you think the purpose of this is? Yes, this is to get me stuff. It's also pretty small, pretty compact. It does have a gun, which is kind of useful. It also presents an opportunity. Got a little marker right down here. First things first, let's just, okay, I'm in the cockpit now. Let's just, fill it with some stuff here. All right, I don't think I have any ammo for it, so I'm not going to concern myself with that for now because I'm not going to... Where's the devices? All right. I see the groups are open. I don't need to see what's in the groups. So let's just close off the groups. So luckily everything is nicely grouped together so you can just do that, right? And this also has a couple of other things. First of all, it has a fridge, which is very useful. It has a mobile constructor, which means that when you start drilling stuff up, you can actually throw it in the constructor and start turning into ingots while you're doing more, right? It also has a detector. The detector is a much better range on the hover vessel than the one you carry with you. This tells you it's like 2,500, right? I think that if you look at it in there, it says 2,000, but you know, this says 2,500, so I'm going to go with this. Which is very strange, because as far as I have looked, and I have looked, a capital vessel and an SV do not have detectors. You can't put that on one of them. So you're completely dependent on the one you're carrying in your pocket. Doesn't make a lot of sense, frankly. Doesn't make a lot of sense. All right, so I'm just going to fill this with oxygen because I have a lot of oxygen on me. And I do plan on using this in non-oxygen areas. So let's go here. I don't want to go crazy with this, so we're going to... Actually, that is kind of crazy. Hold on. And immediately it turns... Actually, I'm just going to do that, ain't I? All right. Okay, so where are we here? All right, so this is me right now. All right. Where am I going? I'm going to the oxygen. I'm going to the iron, ain't I? Yes, I'm going to the iron. He's giving me covering fire. He's giving me covering fire. All right, let's just get over here. Oh, there they are. Notice they're running around mad because something is shooting at them and they don't understand. He might actually try to attack me. They get miffy at that when it's their homeland and people are shooting at them for being in it. All right, let's see here now. And there I am. All right, so I am right over it right now. I don't want to be quite over it because what I like to do is I like to kind of go in at an angle. Makes it easier to get out. You can't hop these things. Here, let me just show you. If you hold down the left shift and then the space, yeah, you can do that. You can do that. Doesn't really have a cost. Doesn't really, because it kind of balances it, which is actually kind of useful for what I have in mind for it in the future. All right, but I want to get a little lower to the ground now. And, yeah, I want to drill. All right, so what I usually like to do is I like to go in an angle. Makes it a little easier. The big problem is frequently getting the initial hole down. So I like to get close to the ground for this. Hold on a minute. How close are we? All right, there we go. All right, back again. See, as soon as you get a tunnel going, it gets a little bit better. Eventually, you can upgrade the drills on this, which is a wonderful thing. Unfortunately, you have to be 20th level to do it. You also have to have certain elements for it as well. All right. It also is a bit wonky in terms of stuff like that, too. Hold on a second. Let me just straighten it out. O straighten. Okay, up in the air a little bit. Up in the air a little bit. All right, there we go. And then O. Okay, I'm through the top layer. I'm into the gravel. All right. Like I said, once you get going, once you get the initial hole done, it gets a lot easier. All right. It does mess with the camera angle one, so in some cases, it's better to do this. All right. Now I'm at the rock layer now. I'm not going to do a lot of this. I'm going to do a lot of this off camera, but I just want to give you an idea how this kind of thing works. There's lots of drills. There's a lot of these guys in the workshop. This one just more or less suits the purpose that I have in mind for it. All right. Okay, I'm still getting... It's also a good way to get crushed stone, too. It's a good way to get crushed stone. All right. I'm just kind of going across now. This is stone, and it's a little bit tricky to get through. Alright, come on. Even though it says 14 meters, you'll run into the, okay, am I, like, stuck somewhere? Hold on a minute. I don't see... moving a bit now. Okay, I'm moving a little bit better now. There we go. You can actually see by the counter coming down on the iron deposit. Oh, I am actually into the iron. Did I see? I'm seeing the iron now. All right. See, it's already saying 90% left. I've already gotten 10% of the ore in here. Just hit all of these little blue streaked walls here. Okay, that's that stone. Alright, let's pull back a bit. Pull back. Okay, up. And back. Okay. Now it's saying that there is 60% left. So I got 40% of it. So we're going to go over to here. We're going to look at devices. What you're looking for is the harvest box. There needs to be a special cargo box whenever you're doing something that does harvesting. So let's see what we have. Okay, so that's not a bad place to start. Not a bad place to start at all. So why don't we just turn the light off? And let's start getting out of here. I'm going to come back and clean this place out later, but I just wanted to give you an idea. All right, so let's just head off this way, and up, and down. All right. That's kind of the reason I like to dig down a bit of an angle there, because I can just gut into it and then I can spin around in there and such. So there is something else this thing is kind of convenient for. Let's just say, you know, like, oh my goodness, I hate, you know, all these trees. You know, who knows what's hiding in these trees, right? I mean, who knows what's hiding in these trees? So there's something you can do about that. They kind of added this. I don't know if this is new. I've never seen this before. But let's just jump out of here. Oh, there we go. Here. All right. There is a new thing. Actually, I should probably float that a little, but we'll worry about that later. All right. What I'm looking for is this. All right. By the way, I think I'm a little hungry, so I'm just going to eat some of that. Eat more. There we go. All right. This is the harvester module. So I'm going to put it. It fits just like a glove right there. Okay. Yeah, it does what you think it's going to do. Yeah, all right, so I'm going to select that now. I had the drill selected before. Now I'm going to select this, and I'm going to go... Deforestation has reached the modern age. Yes, it has. No tree shall be left alive. And also the bugs won't be able to hide behind the trees anymore. Okay, that does not have, if it had berries, I would allow it to live, you know what I mean? And if it had berries, it doesn't have berries. And we'll just take this one out too. Okay, kind of useful, especially if you're just gonna get a whole bunch of fuel that way, or you're doing some kind of a big construction that requires a lot of wood, right? All right, so let's just go over here, and let's plop down on the ground and hit the old Y. All right, so let's see. Okay, that's one of the bugs apparently was annoyed with me. Okay, so let's see. Okay, that's devices. Harvest. So now the wood is in there too. The wood's in there too. Now, if I wanted to, I'd actually turned it off. But if I went in here, I have a full mobile constructor right here. I could just throw this stuff over here, and you can see I can make iron ingots. I'm going to take them inside with me. All right, let's just back out of that, and let me jump out. Out. There we go. Okay, and I'm up. All right, you're saying, but you just ruined the drill. Well, you know what? Here's the thing. You know, remember, this guy allows you to retrieve blocks. Returns intact blocks for your own structures. So this will always work for your own structures. So I'm just going to point this and go, boom. And there it is, right there. And he's back to drilling mode, isn't he? He's back to drilling mode. So that's going to be very useful for me. Like I said, I need to replenish my supply of iron. So I'm keeping the crushed stone separately because, you know, if you do like make me a whole bunch of this, then it'll start taking your crushed stone apart. And, you know, if depending on what you're going to do, crushed stone might be something you actually want to have, right? All right, so let's just make some of this. So that's probably going to come out to like 850 or something like that, right? All right, I keep my crushed stone up here. I'm not going to keep the wood in there. There's no reason for me to do that. Because wood is actually very, very useful, isn't it? All right, so this is... oh, and I planted a lot more spice because spice is actually very, very useful. Okay, why aren't you not... Okay, there we go. Spice is actually very useful. If you look over here, right, let's just say you look at canned meat. Canned meat requires purified water, which is easy. You get lots of that once you get rolling, right? And then requires 2 meat and 4 spice. You can do that. Here's what I would advise, though. Go over to here. Canned vegetables. 4 vegetables, 1 purified water, 2 spice. 2 spice. So the thing about it is, look, it's got a higher perish time and a higher food value. Right? It's like better in every way. 1 point less in stamina, but I mean, that's about it. You know? Much better idea. I guess they want to push vegetarianism. I don't know. As long as it works, that's what it's all about. Because that's the reason I've been cranking these guys out. And I can do more. Because every time these guys where is it? The fruit. Every time the fruit spawn, I mean the vegetables, that gives me another 4. So that's another can right there. Also, spice is also used for the salami too. So I mean that's a good use of the meat, right? So speaking of which, yum 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 yum. All right, so that is going to get me a lot of iron. It's working on the iron right now. Ooh, that's much better, much better, much better, much better. Gonna need a lot more though. Gonna need a lot more. I still left that deposit over there with 50%. Kind of ran out of iron and I had to go back over there, but I can go and grab that. And I can also, you know, go to the moon. But how would I go about doing that? Well, you know what? I have a plan regarding that. I have a plan. I mean, it wouldn't be that expensive just to make one up there. Something worth considering. Something worth considering. There is another toy, however, that that I have now. This is the one that costed me a lot more. All right, so there was a couple of versions. The individual has a couple of versions of these. One of them is a lower level version. You know, I just never got to the point at 7th level where I would make it. Because, I mean, you know, like that's a lot of stuff right there, right? And remember, I just made the quick and dirty, where's the quick and dirty small vessel? Remember, I think it was this. Yeah, that one. Look at it, look at the cost of that one. I mean, just look at the cost of that one. And look, right there. That did the job. That did the job, you know, and it didn't waste me a lot of time. Now, when this one became available, this became my warp ship, right? So, you know, thing about it is, now I want something that can really hurt something, right? I want something that can hurt something. So, I went with the next version, the 12th level one. Of course, this one requires Satium, and this one requires Neodymium. It doesn't have a lot of Satium, so it's not as armored as I would like. But I think it'll do for now. It'll do for now. So I actually made one of these already. So, boom. Bouncy, bouncy. Okay, so this is going to be my first warship. I do have one issue with it, though. It's missing a rather important thing for me. Yes, it is. It's missing a rather important thing. Yeah, make me some... Now, I actually made some ammo for it, but I didn't make a lot of ammo because, like I said, I was having an iron problem and I wanted to make... I couldn't actually make the driller that you saw. I had to go back over there and get some more iron by hand in order to get it. All right. Yeah, so what I'm going to do here is, once again, I'm going to be using the retrieval. I'm going to take out the inner guns. See, this has 3 Gatlins on it. Actually, what am I talking about? It's got rocket launchers right there. Okay, I don't know what I was thinking about. I was wondering because, wait a minute, I don't see rocket launchers. Well, I guess I just wasted some stuff. Yeah, I mean, I've already made them anyway, so just leave it for now. All right, I actually do have the ammo then. I don't know what I was thinking. I made the rocket ammo. But I didn't. I looked initially, and I'm going, okay, I don't see the rockets, but they're there. They're there. So let's get inside. All right. So let's load. First of all, we're gonna go ammo, right? Okay. So we'll just throw that in there. I need a lot more than that, and rockets. I need a lot more than that. All right. Let's back out. Let's go to the main page. Let's fill it with oxygen for now. Okay. This is also warp capable. This is also, just like the lower version. I think the lower version was warp capable. I think it is. But I'm not putting warp fuel in this. I'm not putting warp fuel in this. I'm putting real fuel in this. So let's manage this. I'm going to throw the rest of this in. And I'm actually going to throw a couple of these in. These are the large ones. You have to go into the tree to get them, the skill tree. All right. Okay, let's back out of there. And let's back out of there. Okay, select first one. Yeah, the thing about it is with 6 Gatlin guns, you're going to burn through ammo really fast. As a matter of fact, you can see I have 2 extra rounds of ammunition left. Yeah, that's a problem. And now load the rockets. Yeah, there is no extra rockets. That's it. Look what I just put in here. Hold on a minute. That's it. That's all that's there now. That's all. So that tells you how much ammo I need to be working on. So that's one of the reasons I need ammo. So let's just... I don't remember how fast this thing is. All right, let's just... 50. Okay, so let's get to 50 meters per second. All right. So a lot of things are not really that fast. Apparently this guy is. All right, so obviously it's not fully loaded up because I need to get a lot of, where is it? Hold on, let's put down again there. I need to get a lot of ammo in it. You know, a lot of ammo in it, so I need to get busy on that. I didn't actually have the resources until I just did that mining, and I do have to take the digger back over there and take care of that. So actually, I don't want to leave it here because it might get hit by a rocket, so hold on a minute. They have gotten lucky shots, which is the reason everything is back a little, so I'm actually going to put him over here. The cannon will make sure the bugs don't make it over, right? Okay, so this guy is going to be my first, like, combat SV. This is the guy that I'm using to take out that. Well, I'm going to take him over there, at least. We'll see how the taking out thing works. That's kind of an ugly area. Oh, more of these, more of these, more of these. And just put them back in here. That's how I have so many vegetables. You just keep dropping them in, right? Right, so I mean, I don't know how hard it's going to be. Like I said, when I came in from one of my trips to the moon, I popped into that area and it was really ugly looking. It was, and there was that big mainframe thing. So I don't really know how much firepower I actually need. Now I know what I had wasn't going to do the job, so I wasn't going over there. But this guy over here, I'm hoping that that will be able to do the job, and I'm hoping that this guy here will be able to do the digging thing. My next target is, of course, going to be something a bit on the larger side. Now, I did some more investigation. Now, previously I said I was going to go with this, right? This one was useful, and I kind of do recommend it if you don't want to go crazy with the the elements, you know, the requirements and such. But I decided I wanted to do something different here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going with this one. Obviously, I have an iron issue, so I'm going to have to deal with that. One of the things this thing lets me do is it's got a place on top for an SV, and it's a little bit large. So what I'm counting on is to be able to get the SV and this on the top and get them to dock so that I can bring them places, like, for instance, the moon. That would be very good. Of course, other planets as well. I don't want to be here. This place is... I mean, this place, you say, oh, this is, like, really pretty and such like that. No, well, you know what? This area isn't really too terrific here. You know, I like the ice planet. I like the position of it as well. So at very least, I'm going to be making a temporary base over here, right? This does give me a little bit of access here. Now, I haven't been over here, so I don't know what's going on. I probably have to make a trip over there. And we might do the first warp over there just to see what's going on. You do have to be careful, though, because there can be one-way warp lanes. One-way warp lanes, let's just say that this was a one-way warp lane, right? You warp over here, you can't go back. You have to go to the next one, to the next one, to the next one, and hope it loops all the way around, right? And look at this guy here. What if I had to go all the way around, hit this one, take 15 of my warp fuel, hit back to this, and then go back over here? That would drain a lot of my reserves. I mean, I have a lot of that stuff right now, but if you're talking about having to do a lot of forced long warps, yeah, just meet my cannon. Then it could be really kind of ugly, you know? I mean, like I said, I got a goodly amount, but it will drain really fast. Where is it? Here is it. Yeah, and these guys, I'm probably going to put them in somewhere. I don't think there's any way to squeeze in there. Maybe I'll mount them on the HV, right? I can't do that because they're SV. Where are they? Yeah, it's SV. It's SV. I might just scrap them then. I might just scrap them, throw them into something for them because I really thought I didn't see them. But yeah, the thing about it is that I'm gonna get the resources. I'm going to make the capital vessel. I might just do the same thing I just did, is build it up and such. But I think the next episode is going to be going after that. I think that's what we're going to do. Whether it works out well or it doesn't work out well, we're going to have to see about that. So that is next time, the attack on the radar station. Today was all about new toys. And I have new toys. Having new toys is good. Yes, it is. Nice new toy. Very useful toy, too. But remember, there will always be better toys. It's just you have to have the stuff to put it together. That small vessel that I have now is good for now. Once I get to 20, once I get to 25, I'll be able to get bigger and more powerful ones. And like I said, one of the things that I would be able to do with the drill that I have, our vessel, let's walk all the way down to the end. Where is, there it is. That's the harvest module that I just made. This was the first drill. You have to be 10th level in order to make HV that has it. But then they have an upgraded version at level 20. So, and they also have other things too. These I would probably mount on another device, but who knows? Maybe we'll experiment. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for now. Thank you very much for your attention. I really appreciate it. And play games, because games are fun. See ya.